Folks, as always, I got a real treat for you. Naaman Taylor. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Brad?
Dude, this guy's a real estate investor, wholesaler, flipper, double-digit millionaire. Are you a double-digit yet?
Yeah, we're in the millions now.
All right, good. See, some people are single-digit millionaires. And I'm like, come on, dog. Everyone can be a millionaire nowadays.
Yeah, it's really easy to become a millionaire now, especially after what happened with the market and everything.
Especially in real estate.
So,
dude, you're not just any old flipper. You used to be in the military here recently, not even very long ago.
30 days ago, I got out. Yeah.
30 days?
30 days. So I got a 30-day beard going.
What are you talking about? 30 days has been 30 days?
Yeah.
Well, when did you get booted?
Just 30 days ago.
That's it?
That's it.
How long did it take him to boot you?
About a year.
See, it's harder to get out than it is to get in.
Listen, brother, I spent a whole year trying to get out of the military. It was hurry up and wait and then sit around and wait for them to make a decision. And then finally, when they made one, I had 2 weeks to cut sling load and keep it moving.
Damn. So you got booted because you didn't want to take the old jabberooski.
Yeah, I refused the jab, and that didn't align with, my employer's, views. So,
well, I wonder, what about everybody else? Not the government, because the government's that's like they. Who's they?
Mm-hmm.
But your employers are the government.
Yeah.
So that's a who's they. But what about your direct superiors? What were they saying?
No, they all got the shot as well.
Damn.
Every single one of them, that from my knowledge that I saw, got the shot. So they kind of scared everybody into getting it because not a lot of people have anything else going on other than, the military. So I served 13 years. I fully intended to do 20 until this whole COVID vaccine thing came around.
Yeah, well, I think in my own personal opinion, which is irrelevant, but I think you made the right decision. I don't believe people should be forced to do anything, period. And especially that, because again, I still don't know what happened. But let's keep it down so this thing doesn't get suppressed.
Yeah.
But you basically said, dude, I'm not getting anything. And then they said, okay, well, then you're going to have to go.
Yeah, that was it.
And you said, cool, I'll go.
Yeah, I said, hey, I've been making money doing real estate. I've been making money coaching people. I've been making money just being an entrepreneur while I was working full-time in the Army and part-time, in this other field. And so I was positioned, unlike most people, to deny the vaccine.
So how did you get started in real estate, and why is it such a big deal?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was living in Germany at the time, and the COVID thing is just going to keep coming up because this is part of my story. I was living in Germany, and everything started shutting down.
Just call it the vid.
The vid? All right, there we go. So the vid was hitting hot and heavy in early 2020, and it happened
Germany too?
In Germany. And listen, Germans follow the rules, brother.
Yeah, Germans are like, yeah, vote.
Hey, listen, know your rules. They're following the rules. So, and we were wearing T-shirts over our face and, washing our hands like crazy. And then everything started slowing down and shutting down for the Army. So I had a lot of time on my hands for the first time in a decade. So I served 13 years and I was all about mission, doing my thing. And all of a sudden, man, I didn't have anything to do. And I started educating myself from YouTube, watching YouTube videos about real estate, watching, Bigger Pockets and other real estate people. And I just made a decision from Germany that I could do what I was learning on YouTube, which was basically the BRRRR process. So from Germany, I was buying houses in Dallas, Fort Worth, and using the BRRRR strategy to create wealth for me and my family. And we just repeated that process over and over and over again. And that's how I made my first $1 million was through the BRRRR strategy, buying houses in Germany.
Then were all your buddies saying, how you doing it? And what the hell are you doing?
No. So funny thing about me, if I find something that's good, I run and tell all my friends, like, hey, I found this thing that I'm doing. It's real estate. You guys should do it too. Most of them were like, nah, bro, I'm not giving you 50 grand to buy a crappy house and then fix it. You don't even live there. So to wrap their mind around that idea was really difficult.
Very limited scarcity mindset type people, sounds like. Right.
Well, being in the military, surrounded by guys that are just making 50 grand a year, and that's considered a good amount of money and a good career. So when I approach them and I say, hey, everything you've saved up in your life, let's invest it. That's not a normal conversation. That actually, makes them really scared. And to be honest with you, I was actually pretty intimidated by the idea, even though I had the education. So I could imagine, you know, those guys not even having the education and just having to believe in what I'm saying could be difficult, but it is that scarcity mindset. But you have to go through the personal development stages in your life to get to that point. And a lot of those guys they weren't there yet.
Well, looking back though, dude, you're pumped that you did this, obviously.
Oh, dude, it's the best decision of my life. So just sitting in that barracks room, what was cool too is the time difference. So it was like plus 7 hours. So I could work all day in the Army. And then around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., when I'm getting off, these guys are just waking up. So I've worked all day, and now at 5 p.m., I can start getting to work on real estate. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast.
By the way, folks, if you guys want to follow this dude, Naaman is spelled Naaman, Naaman Taylor, investor. Naaman
Correct.
Taylor, investor.
Yeah.
On Instagram, or is that everywhere?
That's on Instagram.
Naaman Taylor investor, folks. Go follow him. And then NaamanTaylor.com, just in case I forget, because we shut down the show sometimes. Quick! And if I do that, we didn't tell anyone how they can follow you, dude. You'd be dog.
Yeah, it's part of why I'm here, right? To get some more reach. So not only just to share my story.
Dude,
so
now
I appreciate you.
Now you're going to get zillions of fans.
I appreciate that.
Zillions of fans and followers called the Bomb Squad. So if someone's listening to this and they want to get into real estate, what should they do first?
Yeah, so education is a passion of mine, and you have to get educated on this stuff before you get into investing. Otherwise, you lose money. We were talking before we got here, some of our biggest losses in real estate. And
yeah, see, everybody makes it sound like all you got to do is get into real estate. You'll make money, but you can lose money too.
Yes. Yeah. And that's going to happen in the next, year or two here, as everything is not just sellable. You can't just buy a house and then and a month later it's worth 30 grand more. That's what was happening. So I've hired the best coaches and mentors to learn this strategy, guys that have been through '08 and been through some of these things. I didn't hire new money guys to teach me real estate. I learned from some of the best dudes that's been doing this for 20 plus years. So I would say to somebody that is getting into this, you need to educate yourself to understand how to win, but also how to lose, because both things can happen to you, and you don't want to lose everything off of one deal and have to go back to your job.
What type of down payment should someone save up to start?
You don't need any money to start doing real estate, to be honest with you.
Just wholesale?
You can wholesale. So
explain to them what's wholesaling, because a lot of people, they hear wholesale and they hear house flipping and they kind of get it, but they don't really get it. What's wholesaling?
Yeah, wholesaling is selling a contract for a house to an end buyer. So
basically you go knock on some doors, get someone to agree to a price, and then you got X amount of time to get someone else to pay for it.
And all that costs you is a door knock.
Yeah. And there's people out there that'll pay for it, especially if you're networking and you really know the right people.
Yep, correct. So guys can drive around neighborhoods, look for houses with broken windows, tall grass. I mean, even nice houses can be sold, via wholesale. And you don't need any money to do it. You just need a little bit of time. So in the beginning, when you don't have money, what you usually have is time. Spend that time finding these houses that people want to fix up. And that's how you can make money in real estate with $0.
Okay, so walk me through how that happens. If I have time, I get in my car, I'm riding around neighborhoods, and then what?
I think you're looking for houses that are broken windows, boarded up, tall grass,
poorly cared for.
Yeah, dilapidated, distressed, and you want to try to find the owners for these properties.
So you just jot down the address, and then what? How do you find the owner?
Yeah, so you're hoping at this point that someone's actually living in some of these houses so you can get a connection, because that's how you do it with no money. Now, if you got a little bit of a budget, you'll do what's called skip tracing, which is how you get the phone numbers for the owners of these properties. And that can range anywhere from 5 to 10 cents, just depending on what software company you use. And that'll get you the phone number to the person that owns the house. And then you can call that guy and agree on a low price so you can make a little money to a flipper or someone that's going to buy and hold it.
How will you know what it's actually worth?
Yeah, so everyone uses Zillow. That's like the number one thing you can do. You can type in the address and get a good Zestimate, and that's a good rough way to get.
But wouldn't the owner see the same Zestimate as you?
They could, and they could ask for that price, but normally that's the fixed up price. So you want to ask for some money off because this property is not fixed up.
Yeah, it's going to need a lot of work.
Like, hey man, this thing is No one's living here. This thing's all messed up. It's not worth the 100K Zillow says it's worth.
Now, are there contracts on the internet that I can just fill out?
Yeah, so you can go to my website and get these contracts for free. And there's places like Office Depot that'll give them to you for free. Plenty of guys in this space will give you the contract for free.
And you just fill it out and boom.
You can literally walk up to the door with the contract.
If that customer signs it, that's your house momentarily.
Yep. You have like a little option period there where you can back out of that contract, or you can sell that contract to somebody else, assign it essentially to someone else for a monetary value, usually like 5 to 10K for the average wholesale.
So if I found a killer deal, I called you and I said, hey, dude, this thing here, you'd buy it.
I would probably buy it. Yeah. You had a good deal.
So that's anyone walking the street can go make money doing that.
And that's why I'm a big advocate for wholesaling, because it gives the little man the opportunity to make big money. When I first got started in this business, I was not wholesaling. I was buying from wholesalers. I didn't even know what wholesaling was. But eventually I got all these rental properties and I was like, the cash flow is cool, but how do I make 30 grand a rip? How do I make 50K at a time? And that's what wholesaling can do for you. It won't give you this long-term wealth of like, the house is going up in value, this cash flow adding up, but you can make 30 grand in 2 weeks sometimes. And that's what appealed to me. So that's why I got into that business.
And you were successful?
Oh yeah. I love wholesaling. That's my core business now. That's like where we've positioned ourselves to make the most money. And that's the core business. And the reason is because we can wholesale the house that we put under contract. We can flip it. We can keep it. I mean, there's a ton of things that we can do, but it's our choice. Versus just a flipper, you got to buy from a wholesaler.
Yeah, but if you don't have any money, you don't have a choice to keep it.
Well, if you buy with enough equity in the property, there are people that give you 100% financing. So if you buy it deep enough, they're out there. They printed so much money, Brad. Their money's out there. You just got to go ask for it.
Huh. So what do you teach people how to do it now?
We teach people how to wholesale. We teach people how to flip, how to burr. Because I've done all these things. And I love to teach people that aren't started yet.
Is that your micro tribe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The old micro tribe.
Yes,
hey, it says Rat Race.
Yeah, so some of my friends, we started this micro tribe group through RatRaceToFi. And we're actually merging with a friend of mine now to make an even bigger group out of Dallas, Fort Worth. We're starting a education company called the Titanium Crucible. And we're going to teach people how to wholesale with no money, with little money. Depends on your budget, is depending on what we're going to teach you. So some guys come into this game with 20 grand. Well, we can accelerate your marketing a lot faster.
So let's talk about that. So someone comes in with 20, let's say 50K. They got 50K sitting there. They're willing to spend it. What do they do first?
Yeah. So I would probably put you on the fast track to get in this business to making 50K a month, because you can afford to market.
Is that all you do is market?
Yeah. So wholesaling is marketing and sales. It's not so much real estate, even though it gets kind of branded there because we're selling houses, but it's really just marketing, turning the marketing into leads, converting leads into sales.
So you ever see the signs that say we buy ugly houses?
Correct.
That's marketing.
That's marketing. Yeah.
That was great marketing.
So you can market with those signs. You can market online.
People just call you and say, I want to sell my house.
Correct. I use a cold calling company called REI Call Center, and we make hundreds of thousands of phone calls every single month to try to get people to say yes. And we convert people at a high rate because we make so many calls, because we have money to spend on marketing. So someone at 50K, we set you up with a bunch of cold callers. We set you up with a campaign for inbound leads, and you'll start getting those deals.
What would that cost me to have you help me do that?
10 grand. That's what I charge for my one-on-one personal clients. And it's an 8-week program. And we will show you exactly what it is that we're doing in our business and set you up.
What if after 8 weeks they aren't capable, or they're not really getting it?
Oh, they'll be getting it, because I'm hopping on a phone call with your ass all the time to make sure that it's kind of like accountability as well. So like, I'm going to make sure you're making the calls, right? There are things that you have to do to make sure that you're successful. I'm going to make sure that you're making your calls, make sure you're making the right offers and spending the right amount of time on the phone. Now, if you follow these metrics and these KPIs that we show you, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to do a deal. We do so many of them every month. It's like, why wouldn't this system, this process work? And I've hired some of the best mentors that do some crazy amounts of deals that have showed me the same business at a much higher price point. So I try to make it affordable for people that are just getting started, because I've paid over $250K for coaching over the last 2 years.
But that's paid off.
Oh, 100%. And now I can go back and do the same thing for other people at an even better price.
So is this what you're doing for the rest of your life?
No, I wouldn't say that I'm going to do real estate coaching the rest of my life. I'm going to get some water real quick. I have a passion for education, but at some point, I would imagine between growing a brand, multiple businesses, my plan is to become a billionaire with a B. So coaching people for $10,000 is not a long-term plan to become a billionaire.
Nor is it scalable.
Exactly. So like, it's not scalable. It's not an evergreen kind of company. Like, it's not automated. So it's
I should have said I get tuition for free because you're going to get a shit ton of people buying your shit from the show.
Come on in.
Dude, there's thousands of people wanting to get into real estate. They just never have, but they've always thought about it. I think everyone obviously should at some point. I regret not being as deep into real estate as I should have been, especially hanging around Grant Cardone for 10 years straight.
How'd you miss that one?
Well, dude, I'm worried about building software and helping them, get their courses done. And I was focused on my thing. When it came to money, I put a lot of my money back into my businesses. I buy businesses, not real estate. And so now that the money is starting to stack up to a point where it's like, well, shit, what do I do with all this? Well, real estate's a good avenue because it's real and, it's tangible. What do you think about tax liens? You ever mess with those?
So we pull tax liens lists.
You ever invest in tax liens?
No, I haven't.
You heard about that?
Yes.
Why don't you do that? It seems easier than flipping and all that shit.
Well, because I've paid the people I've paid to educate me has been about real estate. So I'm sure if I hired a tax lien coach, right, then I would start investing in tax liens. It's like people go to college for a specific degree. They don't just go do something else. They do the degree that they were taught usually. And then they pivot later if they need to. But I do the things that I've paid to be coached to do. Now, all these people you have a podcast too? No podcast.
Oh, it's your weekly calls.
Yeah. So I do weekly calls and we bring in
Micro Tribe.
Yeah.
Why you call it the Micro Tribe?
So most people, when they're trying to figure out how to get started in this business, they don't know where to go. They don't know who to ask. And they're looking for their tribe of people. And I started it called the Micro Tribe because it was a small group when we first started. Now we have over 300 people in the group. And we started calling it the Micro Tribe because of the size and because of the
what happens
community.
When there's 3,000?
Yeah, we're going to have to call it something else probably. It's called the Tribe,
Or just upsell it to the macro.
Move the Macro Tribe. I like it. I like that. Yeah, so people are looking for community, man. And that's one of the things that I'm really good at is talking to people and being relatable. So I built a community of investors, and I've modeled that after some guys in this space that are around. But I want to be one of the biggest community-driven people in this space.
Well, a lot of opportunities come from those communities. Yeah,
we have a lot already at 300. When it's 3,000, I can't imagine. But that's why I say I won't be doing $10,000 coaching forever because I plan on having a 10,000 person group at some point, so we'll have coaches in regions probably or something like that.
So what about all these other military dudes that are just getting out? They don't know what to do. Are you tapped in there?
No. So that's going to be my plan for next year. We're working on now developing an exact process for military guys as they're coming out so they can tap in and know what it is they need to do and what options they have. Because a lot of these guys are getting out and they're just going to work at like Home Depot or trying to get like a government contractor job at like, $80 grand a year. And that's appealing to them because coming out of the military, we're making 50 G's. It's like another 30, like that sounds great. But if these guys have these great leadership qualities, they have these great disciplines, they operate with integrity. These are all great entrepreneur business intangibles. And not enough people are making that switch. So next year we're gonna develop some sort of program for them. And start pushing that out so that more people can go from, my buddy David Perez says military to millionaire. They can go from the military to being entrepreneurs, and I really want to be able to serve that space in this community.
Well, again, you got lucky, or not lucky, but you were smart knowing that you didn't need the military.
Yeah. I mean, about 2 years ago, when I was getting started, it's a guy I listen to a lot, is Jim Rohn. He says, it's not the blowing of the wind, it's the set of the sail. So I set my sail 2 years ago on real estate investing, and then I doubled down on wholesaling. And now I'm about to double down on coaching, triple down on coaching. And
well, right now, coaching's a big industry.
Sure.
As long as you've got the results. Because again, if I were going to hire you as my coach, I'd want to see like, well, what have you done? How much have you made? Mm-hmm. And as long as you're making at least what I want to make,
yeah,
I'd probably hire you.
And testimonials are huge for us. So we have a bunch on our website. Like people go there, and that's why we do them, so people can understand, one, what it is they're signing up for, and two, what are the results of what we're teaching. So
people should just go to your website.
Yeah, thenaamantaylor.com. Go to the website. Click the link in there. You can see all the information, all the testimonials, exactly where to sign up, and what it is you get working with us.
How long do you think it'd take for someone to go from reaching out and signing up to making dough?
Making dough. So you mean making dough? How much dough?
Depends on their budget, more than they paid you.
Okay. So if someone was to today sign up, go through an 8-week program, I would say within 4 to 6 months, they'd be doing multiple deals a month based off of what we can show them, because we truly pour into people, man.
What are the mistakes people are going to make if they don't reach out to you? Like in my mind, I'm thinking, well, shit, dude, how'd you get started? You said, well, I hired all these coaches. Well, what did they teach you that you didn't know? How do you lose money?
Yeah. So what's going to happen is they're not going to really understand. And this is across our industry as wholesalers. They don't understand real estate. They don't understand the numbers of this business. They know how to get the contract, and they know how to get the contract locked up, but they don't understand what a good deal is. What we teach a lot is reverse wholesaling, where we talk to our buyers first and show you how to build a badass buyers list of people that want to buy real estate. We show you how to build that list, and then we show you how to serve those customers. What most people are doing is locking up a deal and hoping and praying somebody's going to buy that shit. That is just mediocrity from across the board, all around wholesaling. That's what we see consistently. We take the opposite approach. Go find people that want to spend money and then bring them deals. Feed those people over and over and over again. So that's what we teach. And the mistakes they're going to make is going to be finding the contracts and then trying to find somebody to buy it. That's why it doesn't work the other way.
And where do you graduate to? Like, what's after that?
So after that, we show you how to run your own business. So then you can scale from a one-man show or one-woman show to scaling your business, to hiring people, to going from 1 to 2 deals a month to 5 to 10.
Where after that? Like eventually, because whoever you're wholesaling it to, they're buying it and making money. Why would you wholesale it if someone else is going to make the money? Why don't you just make the money?
Well, so that's kind of, after you do a certain amount of deals, you do want to become an acquisitions company, right? Because keeping the houses is what gives you long-term wealth. But in the beginning, you want dough. You want money in your pocket. You don't want to be leaving all your money in these houses.
But we're past the beginning. We already came. You showed us. We're rocking. We got a couple people. We're out there. We're equivalent of you. We're smashing like Sam here.
Yeah, so you become an acquisitions company then.
Then you start keeping the shit you're finding.
Correct.
Do you then start buying from wholesalers?
Yes. If there's good deals, you'll buy from wholesalers. But that's, again, understanding what a good deal is.
So how do you find these wholesalers?
We use Facebook groups. We do real estate meetups.
So if I got on social media and said, hey, any real estate wholesalers, I'm looking for some properties, hit me up. Dude, when I get slammed.
You'll get slammed. You have to turn your phone off because it's going to go crazy. There's a lot of people that wholesale. Well, not a lot of people are great at it.
Well, here's what I like. You ever heard of Pace Morby?
Yeah.
I like Pace Morby's deal. Like he don't necessarily need any money. It's people like getting ready to lose their house. Like they need you to help them, which I always like to be in that situation. I always tell people I don't like to screw people, but I like to be in the position to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That just means I have the upper hand.
Yeah, I like that.
But I like his way of doing it because, like, you could run across somebody that's wanting to get out of a house and, literally go in, sign some papers. There's no money exchange. Next thing you know, boom, you throw it on Airbnb and now you're making $3,000 a month from it.
Correct.
Like, shit, dude, show me how to do that.
So what I'm going to do next year specifically for soldiers is show them how to do exactly what you're talking about, which is called subject to, and do it for VA home loans. So who better to talk to a distressed soldier than a soldier in a position to help them? Right. So they'll understand how to help the soldier. So we're going to have a program built for veterans to show them how to do subject to for VA home loans. And specifically VA home loans is because that's what soldiers get leaving the military to buy houses. So we're going to help soldiers, instead of them going into foreclosure, instead of them losing their house and the bank getting it back, another soldier will be able to assume that loan and help him out. So that's part of the program we're going to build for these soldiers next year. And by that, they get to get that house, put it on Airbnb, build wealth as an active duty military person, or it gives them the opportunity to step away from the military because they've done this 10 times and have a bunch of houses.
Where do you live?
I live in Oklahoma right now, Fort Sill. So I've been out of the Army for 30 days. I'm going to be moving to Fort Worth here soon. But right now,
you like forts?
Fort. That's it. Hey, man, I did this my whole life. I was in the Army, from 18 to 31. So yeah, like the fort.
So are any of your Army buddies saying, dude, what happened? Just get the damn shot.
No, they all know I'm a baller now. So they're like, good for you, bro. Like,
but none of them want to just come with you?
Well, they didn't have the same vision. So a year ago when we were asked to take this vid, they all got kind of scared, They say, we're going to give you dishonorable discharge. You're not.
Yeah, but now that's over, isn't it?
But they already all got it.
Didn't Biden just say COVID's over?
They already all got it, though.
So what?
So now they're in.
You can still wholesale if you got the shot.
Correct. So and that's exactly what we do, right? So we show active duty members how to do this part time, because that was my story. I was working full time in the military and part time in wholesaling.
Yeah. So I mean, you refused the shot, which got you booted, which was fine because you already had this rolling, and now you're rolling it even deeper. All I'm saying is, there's people that might have not refused the shot, but they're still getting out, and they have nothing to do, or they don't know what to do. And there might be people in that are like, dude, I want to learn how to do this so I can eventually get out. Because in my opinion, dude, the military, everyone's going to hate me for saying this, but I think realistically, the military should be something everybody has to do.
Like in Korea.
Yeah. Like freaking, dude, when you're 18 years old, you go spend the first 2 years serving the military, which means you're protecting the country. Once that's all said and done, well, now you're free to go do whatever you want, or you can stay in and continue to protect the country. I also think if anyone goes to war and like loses limbs and shit, like seriously injured, they should never have to pay taxes again.
Most of the time they don't.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, you get like disability from the military. And,
but they still pay taxes. Everybody pays taxes, bro.
No, they're 100% tax exempt veterans.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. Well, they're good for the government. See, I didn't even know about that. So good job, government. You finally did something worth doing.
Yeah.
Because again, you go over there and freaking risk your ass, and then you come back and now you're, disabled somehow.
Correct.
Dude, they just did that for this country. So freaking let them go. We don't want their tax money. And besides that, what if they'd have died? Well, you wouldn't have got tax money anyway. Well, just because they didn't die means we want their taxes? No. So I'm surprised. I'm going to look that up. I don't even believe you.
Yeah, well, you don't have to.
There's tax exempt veterans.
Yeah.
What makes them tax exempt?
They get 100% disability, and it makes them 100% tax exempt.
So they don't pay taxes. Can they work and make $1 million?
They can still work.
And they can make millions of dollars and not pay taxes.
Isn't that crazy?
Is that true?
So it's on their primary residence. They won't have to pay any taxes.
I know, but see, now that's different. What
are you saying, like on the money that they make?
Period.
So they get
in other words, if you are a veteran that has been disabled, like literally disabled, because if you look my record up, because of that cut, I'm technically disabled, but I wasn't disabled. I'm talking about you lose limbs, you're blown up.
So what they're going to do is give you a set amount of money every month that you don't pay any taxes on.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing.
Well, that's tax exempt from your income that you make. If you want to go do something else.
Yeah, but like I start flipping and make millions of dollars, I'm paying taxes.
You got to pay taxes on that.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't.
Like so if you lose your leg and now you're a house flipper, you're good.
Dude, if I gave my leg for this fucking country, fuck you, I've paid enough.
Yeah.
I've paid enough.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Not only that, they waste tax dollars, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to get into that. Then
let's go down that road.
We'll have black helicopters show up. Dude, when you were in the military, because this was recently, what does everybody think of what's going on? Like, was everybody kind of like buying into the bullshit?
Which part particularly? What's going on?
The fact that there's some deadly thing that's going around and everyone better wear masks and all this bullshit.
Everybody bought it because the Army is a buy-in mentality. So it comes from the top.
So was everybody scared?
Follow orders. Correct. Yeah. We were all like pretty much just doing exactly what we're told because that's how you're conditioned. especially guys like me who did over 13 years. You're doing the same thing every day. You're listening to the same couple people every day. So when they tell you to do this exactly, you do it. What I did was disrupt my pattern, and that's how I ended up on a different road than everybody else, because it's a pattern that you're following every single day.
Did you get any guff from people talking shit? Like,
Oh,
dude,
man.
you're screwing us.
Dude, I was like, removed out of leadership positions. I was put on like a 24-hour duty pretty often. So it was, there were some little things that they could do to give you a hard time, because now you're not following a lawful order. Essentially that's what that is. You need to get this. And I was like, I don't want to.
I'm surprised they even gave you the choice. Like, maybe they hold your ass down.
Yeah. I mean,
They
probably,
could.
I bet 20 years ago, they might have, but now the Army is different from the one that I joined. So it's a little bit different now. Yeah. A little more opinionated.
Do you think the armed services are going to have issues in the future with being able to recruit?
Yeah, because they're not on Instagram and TikTok enough. They need to go where the kids are watching.
Well, let me ask you this. If you join the military right now, you have to get the vaccine.
Correct.
So they haven't stopped that.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, they're making it, you have to get certain things
Dude,
done.
it's like my wife loves Disney. She wants to go on a Disney cruise. I'm like, okay, well, let's book a Disney cruise. So I get online, I'm booking a Disney cruise, and it says you got to be vaccinated to be on a Disney cruise. So I said, I'm not going on a Disney
no
cruise.
Disney cruise for you.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. Yeah. There's certain places we can't go.
Huh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not Vegas.
It ain't Vegas, but it's on a Disney cruise.
Yeah.
Now, what about if you have the card? Why wouldn't you just go get the card and where it looks like you had the vaccine?
I mean, I guess you could. I haven't run into that issue yet. So, I mean, maybe.
You know a lot of people that refuse the vaccine as well?
No, I actually don't know that many people, because most of the guys that I know were military folks. So they all got it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully for good reason.
Yeah, I didn't join like some Facebook group, like, the unvaccinated group.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, people with the shot, they're the ones getting just as sick as the ones without the shot. So it's like, come on, like the shot didn't do anything. It's to me, it was all pharmaceutically driven, profit-based nonsense. Everyone has to get it. Unbelievable. Then you heard Biden the other day with the Florida, hurricane. He said the best way to handle the hurricane is to get a vaccine. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know where you get that stuff from.
Unbelievable. Well, not that you make the rules; those are stupid ass rules. So you got the Micro Tribe mentioned. I want to give you an opportunity to tell the Bomb Squad anything that you want to tell them right now to help them, not to sell them, but to help them. What would you say?
Yeah. Part of my message, man, is if you don't have time, that you can make time for some of this stuff. I worked my business for 4 hours a day for a year straight, and it enabled me to leave a career where I wasn't making very much money. So there is power in doing things for a few hours a day, and you can make that happen if you choose. If you want to make the choice to become a millionaire, or if you want to make the choice to become a billionaire, you can do it if you choose. Right. And we're all inevitably going to make seven figures if we start choosing to. But another thing I want to share is, like, sure, we can all be 7-figure, 8-figure entrepreneurs, but are you an 8-figure husband? Are you an 8-figure friend? Are you an 8-figure father? Right. You make all this money. Great. But where are you at in these other parts of your lives? Let's go.
Deep.
Let's go. And that's, I wake up every day.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Are you an 8-figure husband?
Every day I wake up now, and ever since I changed my mindset on this, I wake up and I go, how can I be an 8-figure husband today? What is it that I need to do?
We'd have to get your wife in here to see if that's working.
Yeah, let's do it again. I'll bring her next time.
Yeah, there has to be a validation, because we all try, right? We all want to be 8-figure, 9-figure husbands, but only the wife can tell us if we are.
Correct.
What would you say to be a great husband you should be doing?
Yeah, so I specifically, because we have young children, so I specifically now I try to wake up if it's late, because I work all day, right? So now whenever I'm not working, it's my turn with the baby. So I'm like, okay, well, if she wakes up at 3 a.m., my ass is hopping out of bed now. Whereas before, I'd let my wife do it.
Yeah, so a good husband would be helping her with the chores.
Yeah, I'm whatever it is that she has to do that day. I'm gonna assist her. Or
see,
when
I'm not an 8-figure husband then. 'Cause I ain't doing that shit.
Hey,
what I will do is hire someone.
Correct.
So I'll get her a maid, get her a nanny. You know,
you got a 24-hour nanny, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
that's good stuff right there.
Well, I mean, you just gotta like. I'm not doing it. Like when someone wants me to move, like I'll be an 8-figure friend. You say, hey, can you help me move? I say no, but here's $500 to help pay the movers.
I'm with you. So we hire au pair for vacation and stuff where they'll come with us when we go on vacation. So that way we can enjoy ourselves and things like that. But you know, there's other things like what can you do to make your wife smile today? How's your wife greet you at the door?
And you're 31?
32.
32.
Yeah.
And how many kids?
2.
2 kids.
Well, 1 and 1 on the way.
So just remember though, I'm 53.
Man, you look good, man.
7 kids, dog. 7.
Woo.
And
you need to hire 2 nannies.
Well, again, it takes a while to learn how to do it. You know, the first 2, I wasn't really a good dad at all. Second 2, pretty good, but you know, didn't get along with the missus, so we had to get a divorce. So you know, it was part-time. The last 3, the 3 that I got now, the younger ones, way better job.
8 figures.
Easy. Well, no, I could help more, but like, you know,
if you wanted to, if you choose to.
I know, but I don't like it. Like I
hey, if you don't like it,
listen,
don't do it.
You get up in this house, you realize I'm paying for it, and it's me that makes all this possible. Like, why I got to get up and take care of the baby? Now,
that's
if
not
my
how
wife,
you earn
if
with
my
your
wife also worked, well, then we would have to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
But she doesn't,
Yeah.
and her whole entire job is to take care of that shit. So that would be, to me, if I had to get up at 3 a.m., would be like, that's her job. Now, some people would be like, Brad, that's like chauvinistic. It's not. It's called roles.
Yeah, exactly.
We
have
have
partnership.
Exactly. That's what it is. We have roles. She's happy to get up. She doesn't want me to wake up. She wants me to wake up and get my ass out and freaking continue to do what we're doing, because she benefits from that as well, just like I benefit when she gets up. But to me, to be a good 8-figure husband, all you have to do is 3 things. Number 1, you want to be inclusive, like include your girl a lot. A lot of dudes don't include their girl.
Yeah.
They're out with their friends. They're out with their businesses. They come home. They're not included. So I'd be inclusive. 2 is communicate. Like if you have a problem, say you have a problem. Work on communication. I think a lot of the relationships that go south is because lack of communication. And then the third and final one is freaking loyalty. At least that's what goes a long way for me.
Yeah.
Like I catch you freaking, texting ex-boyfriends and doing all this nonsense.
Sliding
like,
in the DMs.
Yeah. Like I ain't down.
So inclusive, communication, loyalty.
And loyal. Yeah.
That's good, man. I like that.
If you do those 3 things, dude, I'm telling you, and communication is the key, but you do those 3 things, you'll stay married and happy and a good husband as long as you're doing those things. As soon as you start not communicating, as soon as you start not including, as soon as you start not being loyal or even faithful, let's call it faithful too.
Yeah.
Dude, in my opinion, you ain't an 8-figure husband.
I agree with that, man.
I don't know why you're saying 8 figures. Like that's where it's at.
Hey,
9 figures.
9 figures. What's your next,
Like, 10 figures is where we're headed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I add up everything, I might even be a 9-figure dude now.
Because I have a really nice house.
A couple of them. But, I'm not one of those, highfalutin guys. Like I drive a Raptor. Well, I have a Ferrari. I have 2 Ferraris actually, but I drive a Raptor every day. Ford truck. It's a Ford truck. It's badass, but still I'm a truck guy. Like I don't need to roll up in a Rolls Royce Phantom. I have buddies with Phantoms and Wraiths and all this kick-ass shit. And I like them and I'm happy for them, but like why would I spend $600,000 on a car that you're only supposed to drive a couple times a month? Like, dude, I drive my car every day. My F8 already has like 3,000 miles on it.
Going up in value.
It is.
Ferraris.
But people are like, oh my God, you're putting miles on that thing? What are you supposed to do with it? Just look at it? You're supposed to drive those things. Yeah. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Naaman Taylor, real estate investor and wholesale king.
No, I like that.
Huh?
Certified closer, real estate soldier.
Oh, yeah. Certified closer, real estate soldier. Guys, if you guys want to learn what he did to get out and you're in the military, hit a brother up. If you want to just make some side money, and start adding more to your portfolio, hit the dude up. TheNaamanTaylor.com or Naaman Taylor Investor on Instagram. You know how to get a hold of him. Appreciate you coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, Brad.
Folks, as always, until next time, keep that shit real.
Dropping bombs with the real Brad Lee. Subscribe now.